We have finally come to a period where I think I should replace my windshield wipers. And this giant thing is quite unique, right? So it is about 48 inches long. So this is how big it is. So we have the replacement directly from Tesla. This is the OEM one. So we're going to show you how to replace it. So the first thing that you want to do when you're replacing the windshield wiper is you want to put it on service mode, I think. And the reason why I said I think is because I feel like it's going to be easier when it's all the way to the side, because on other Teslas, when you do it, it actually brings it up slightly, but this one's already on the side. So let's see. Car wash mode, camera visibility, driver's seat, mirrors, calibration. You see anything? That's what I figured. Because like it doesn't really make sense. Yeah, I don't think there's any. You don't have to put it on wiper mode because it doesn't exist. And just to double check, I'm just going to put wiper. There you go, wiper blade, jets, and fluid. There's actually an owner's manual built into it. So this is about the windshield. There you go. So it says to replace the wiper blade, this is exactly how you need to do it. So shift into park and turn off wiper. Ensure the wiper setting is off and not in auto. That's helpful. Place a towel between the wiper arm and the windshield to avoid scratching. Luckily, I always have microfibers in my car, right over here. And then lift the wiper arm a short distance away from the windshield, just far enough to access it. You have to disconnect the hose. There's going to be a hose right there. And then this is very standard for most of them. So you can see this is the little hose right there, and then this is a button, right? And once you push the button, that's where it slides into the actual wiper. So we're going to follow exactly what Tesla said. And like I said, it just makes sense, right? Like, I don't want to do it when it's here. Now I have to get a foot, like a step stool or something. So this little notch right here is going to be in the front. And then there's not a notch. I don't know what to call that, but it's kind of like a little weird notch right there. And then right here, there's nothing right here. So this is going to be closer to the apex of the pillar. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make sure it's off. It is off. I'm going to go ahead and just put this towel. And then the first thing is to just pull it out. Okay, once you pull it out, I'm going to go ahead and put this towel. You can see that there's a hose right here. You see that? So you just want to pull this out just slowly and gently. And that is how you remove the wiper. So I'm going to just actually put it aside. And then we have the new one. And we're going to do the same thing. So this is very, very similar. And before I push this in all the way, I'm going to go ahead and get the hose in. So that's very, very important. And then you can see the hose is in right there. And then now that the hose is in, you can slide this unit. All right, so I just want to make sure that it's fully positioned. And if you kind of look at this, it kind of plays around. You see this? So it kind of like swings up and down like a seesaw. Just make sure it's in the right orientation. I'm not very tall, so this is a little harder than it looks like just because of how big it is. Just to make it easier, I'm going to get a better angle like this. Oh yeah. This looks better. It is pretty much the same part number. So I know that's not the issue. They said it was easy. All right, so something is being stuck right here. So I'm struggling because it's almost like there's not enough space. I'm just gonna put it right here. Like there's not enough space on the sides. So I'm not really exactly sure why it's so difficult. All right. I got the hose right there. Okay. All right, so I finally got it in. That was way harder than I imagined. So I just didn't want to force it, right, when I was struggling. I mean, look at all this. But essentially, it just slides right in. You cannot go from the bottom. You have to slide it from right to left. But once you do, this little rectangular or square is going to just go, it's this thing, right? It'll kind of like go right in. And that secures this into the actual arm, right? One other thing that you want to just ensure is that that hose right there is still connected. So you can see the hose is still connected. And then of course you want to test your wiper after you're done. So I'm going to go inside. All right. Boom. So you can see that was smooth and that was pretty easy. I say easy, but it was definitely not. But once you get it, I mean, you're really going to be doing this, what, once a year maybe or so. But just make sure that the hose is connected. I think that's one thing that a lot of people are going to forget about. But you can see that everything is super smooth. I have no streaks. The other thing, before you replace the wipers, one thing that I highly recommend is do the same thing. Like put this underneath, right? Underneath the wiper and just give it a nice clean. Get some interior cleaner or actually the glass cleaner and then just clean this before having to replace it. This is about $100 if you buy from Tesla, including the shipping. I think it's actually more than 100. The reason being is this thing came in a box that was literally like 60-inch wide by 12 by 12. I mean, it was a really, really big box. So that's why shipping is going to be like $40, $50, okay, just to get this in. I don't know if you could get this anywhere else, to be honest, but service centers can definitely get that in. I'm actually going to keep this. This is still good, honestly. We wanted to show you this, so we bought a brand new, I guess, wiper blade, but this is still good to go. But now that this is good, hopefully that helped you guys. It's really not that hard, super easy. This isn't something that you have to take to service center to do. This is something you can do. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We love making resources and videos like this. So make sure you click on that subscribe button and happy wiping.